The weirdest food combination that you like to eat.
Fries and ice cream.
I don't know.
Omelet and lassi and ketchup.
Rice, beans, water.
What is happening?
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, not get into that. Well, let's get into it.
Oh man.
We didn't even all go. You
I didn't
go?
even
No, I
answer it
didn't go.
properly.
It was hard.
What would yours have been?
I would have said cereal and chai.
Wait,
Because I have that every morning.
That's
you
not
put
that
chai
weird.
in your
I've had that
cereal?
before.
Like in my
No,
chai.
she does it like that every morning.
Like chai and Special K every morning.
but you put your
religiously.
Special
Yo, the
K in your
chocolate
chai?
Special K?
Oh,
Yes.
that's pretty
It's
interesting.
like oatmeal. It's really good.
No, it's a regular
Interesting.
one. Okay,
What the
and
heck? You gave like a meal.
Yeah. No, Amber gave a meal.
She gave like a Mexican restaurant. Fried beans,
Mine-
rice.
Yeah,
No,
you
it's,
said beans,
it's,
water,
it's,
and rice?
No, I meant to say chavo. I mean, like rice, beans, and milk. Like,
Ew.
or like rice.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Rice,
What do
chicken,
you-
and
wait,
milk.
What?
So she
Explain that.
She was last time I was at her house. She was saying that they like pour milk on their rice no matter what type of like.
Actually, Mom
rice.
does that.
No. But that's like white rice. She does it
Yeah,
with
no,
like
on white rice.
no, but with beans, with like whatever
with
else is in the
chicken,
rice,
salad,
chicken,
yeah.
like, and then milk on top.
yeah.
That's
I'm not
disgusting.
sure about
Yeah.
Who puts milk on rice? That's really weird.
It tastes really good. It's a bin thing.
Ew.
Okay,
What's yours?
mine was
Omelet, lassi.
So I will take like a sandwich with an like omelet and ketchup inside and dip it inside of lassi, which is like milk and
Okay, but Frost dips everything in everything.
I feel like you have
water and banana.
to make it more
I'm
juicy.
so-
To make it more juicy.
But inside lassi?
It's so triggering.
Okay, look, all of that food is gonna end up in your stomach anyways.
Okay, but
Like the most irrelevant one is banana and water.
Yeah.
What
No,
the
no, no.
hell?
Yeah,
that
no, I do
that
agree
makes
with
that makes the banana more juicy.
That's
I
so
kind of
stupid.
understand
You
it,
just
but
drink
like,
water
It's
after
just-
you eat the banana.
yeah,
That's
that's,
what
what
it
I.
is.
Why
I
not just
agree.
dip it in there?
No.
Because you
Okay,
know,
what was
that's-
yours? What was yours? Fried?
Fries and like dip the fries and ice cream, but I want
Oh,
to
that's
change
good.
it
That's
to
pretty
like
good.
That's
dude
normal.
soda, like like milk and soda, like combo.
Do you
a
like
lot
that?
of people say
Combo.
a lot of people say it's disgusting, even like the brown community. But like I thought that was a normal.
It's
thing.
supposed to like.
We talked
help
about
your
this
I've
stomach.
today.
never had it.
It's like cream soda. So
Yeah.
it's like
so good. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
Brandon, you don't do anything
Fanta. Oh,
No, nothing.
weird? Interesting. All right. Well,
do you eat, Brandon? That's the.
No, I'm
That was a
actually on the
perfect-
verge of dying, actually.
that was a perfect question for
Anorexic
the
man.
intro. Dude, but let me do the intro, bro. to our podcast, Strange Flavors. This is brought to you by Alif Theory. My name is FARAS.
My name is Amber.
I'm Neha. Hi.
Ahmed.
Gala boy.
That's Brandon, actually.
Tokyotav. Yeah, so SHAH-AMEER is not here on this podcast this time. He is actually on a trip to South Africa
We
for a
miss
wedding.
you.
He'll be joining us next time. But yeah, my sister, Neha, aka Appa, and Tokyotav making a return. And Ahmed, who has been a guest co-host, a few times, I think.
Previously, yeah.
Slash manager.
I've been
Slash
on here a few
guest.
times.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, so welcome to 2019, everybody.
Woo, we made it.
Hello.
We had a very rough start
Oh God.
Oh
our-
man.
to this 2019.
Oh
we
yeah,
were-
everyone
we were,
sitting here was together. That's right.
Yeah.
we were at a New Year's party recently.
New Year's Eve.
And we weren't like, this was kind of random. We were invited out there for, to really just support our friends and
In New York.
other creatives. And it was a good networking opportunity. And we don't I think for the most part, none of us do really that scene, right?
Yeah.
But what ended up happening, the first thing when we make it to the party, the ball drops and then Brandon breaks his phone.
Oh yeah, right away.
Right away.
Well, even the struggle to get into the party
we
was
ba-
barely.
yeah, let's talk about
That
that.
was the first.
It was
Barely.
pouring raining, and it was to the point where everybody was using their coats as umbrellas. We all are dressed really nicely, so all of our clothes are fancy. We're being drenched outside, and it's 5 minutes until the ball drops,
Yeah.
and we're in
They
a
have
line
a line
outside.
just to have a line. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yes,
And then we contact a friend, and
she came through.
she's able to
She came
get us in
through.
there. She was awesome.
Can we give her a shout out?
Yeah,
Divya.
shout out
Shout out
Divya.
Divya.
Really came through. that
Also
night.
helped later on, but we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
we'll get to that.
Then Brandon breaks his phone. And then after we're done, we leave the event. The event was okay. It wasn't too bad. We met, good people there. And then we get back to where we parked our car. and these people who were in charge of the parking garage lose our car keys. Like,
and in fact, at first we thought that they lost the whole car.
We thought somebody stole the car.
They just stole the car. So like we were sitting there like, okay, the car might be gone for like the first like 20 minutes. We're like, okay, the car's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, all right, I need to
cancel
my
laptop.
credit cards, do all of that.
We had so much stuff inside that car.
And now Brandon is double mad. He broke his phone, and I was like, oh my god, now this is happening to me.
Saad was pissed too. His outfit was ruined.
Let's explain the whole situation, because they lost the stuff, but the biggest thing was they were like, first they tried to blame me, and I was like, look, you gave me a ticket, you handed me my key. And then the next thing is like they wouldn't check security footage. They had a box of extra keys. They wouldn't check that. They're like, there's no way. So they were like, just check.
They just weren't being cooperative. They weren't being cooperative.
Nothing we asked
also,
for.
I have to say that these were people that they kind of kept there for New Year's, and no one really
knew what they were doing.
No one in management or anything was there. It was all kind of immigrants that are fresh in the country, and they didn't really even understand what we were saying.
We couldn't talk to them. We couldn't communicate with them.
So it wasn't about obviously like a lot of us are immigrants. It was just about like, I can't believe that this company has no idea of like when you lose our keys, like how you deal with that. So
mind you, it's a massive company that has like 200 garages in New York, right?
Yeah.
So like,
but on top of that, we're in New York on New Year's, so like it's adds to the chaos. The police didn't show up.
The police
till,
wouldn't show
2-3
up.
hours.
No, like 4 hours.
Mind you, we get to the garage around like 2:30 a.m. By the time that we're getting any answers, anything, it's still like 6 a.m. passes, 7 a.m.
FARAS and Emma didn't get any answers till 12
They
p.m.
did. Yeah.
They spent their New Year's in the freaking garage. I was like, these boys, I feel like they got locked up. Like they did not see sunlight till they came out at 12.
Literally when we stepped out morning, it felt like we had just survived an apocalypse.
Everything was a quiet.
We were in a dark, cold garage the entire night.
So bad.
They didn't even have a chair until like much later.
But my thing was, I'm gonna come out with this car.
That was like.
So what ended up happening was this dude made us another key.
This
Russian
mafia
dude was
right?
so sketchy.
And it was it was a random sketchy dude. Like everything was, nobody's picking up their phone on New Year's or anything. So what ended up happening was like we got some sketchy dude that had just walked into the garage to call one of his boys to get a key made. And it was just like a horrible thing. And this other dude that worked there, he was trying to like give me life lessons about like, this isn't as bad as it could be. And
my God.
I was like, you know what? Like, I get what you're saying, but like, you're not the one to tell me that.
Right.
I get to tell myself that, and I get to like, have this discussion on the prayer mat with God. Like, not you. You are not my dad. You are not God. You don't get to tell me that, it's not that bad when you're the one that lost our keys.
Right. And this is a typical scenario of like you had one job.
And
you messed up.
Mind you, by the time they got answers, it's like 12 p.m., 1 p.m. We were planning initially on leaving at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So this ruins our whole plan. Like, we need to get back to Maryland, but
eventually,
then we got a nice KO luncheon.
Yeah,
that was worth it.
They're like, get a lunch on us. We're like, bet.
Yeah,
we ordered like
we made sure that they were going to pay for everything. So then we were like,
Saad is out here getting 4 meals. People are getting meals to go. That was ridiculous. We didn't even want that.
$300 bill up.
We needed it.
Yeah.
So that's how our New Year started.
But you know what? The squad was together.
Yeah.
It makes for a good story.
Yeah.
And the New Year's, it can only get better. That's what I kept saying. It can only get better from here.
Yeah.
Ross goes, if it gets worse...
I said if it gets any worse, I'm literally going to apply for a job at this parking garage. And that's what I'm going to do the rest of the year. But, things happen for a reason. It's all good.
We got nice
Brandon
pictures.
got his phone fixed.
Yeah, cute.
And yeah, I mean, like, things happen. I think that's a great lesson for the beginning of the year. Things happen, and so it is what it is. Anyways, guys, if you enjoy our podcast, be sure to leave us a 5-star review on the podcast app, and comment something that you like about it. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We are Strange Flavors under everything. And always feel free to send questions or comments, feedback, or anything that you might need advice on at any time. We also have an email, strangeflavorspodcast@gmail.com, where you can send your music. If you are a producer, a rapper, a singer, a band, whatever you might be producing under, feel free to send it to us, and we'll be sure to use it in our intros or our outros.
We'd love to hear from you.
And all of that is linked in the description if you missed any of that. So you guys sent us some questions today, and we're going to try to get through all of them. And we got the nice little cozy squad over here. So anybody feel free to jump in and answer whatever you want. So Amber and I will ask the first two because I think they were sent to us, and then we'll do the ones from the Strange Flavors account that you guys sent in. Okay. Who is this? Ganya Muhammad. I hope I said that right.
Ganya.
Hi, Ganya.
She said, first of all, I absolutely love the podcast and everything else you guys do, especially the Nikki and Cardi segment. All right.
Hey, hold on,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Finally,
Can
I always hear. I just
can
always
I
hear
just
trash
say-
every time
All
I
right,
listen
let's
to
get
it.
to her.
every
Let's
week.
get to her
Oh,
question.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She
Can
needs
we
a
do-
moment. She needs a
listen,
moment.
the amount of times that I hear the Nikki Cardi segment of the
You
podcast
can
is
skip
so
30
irrelevant,
Yep,
and that we
yep.
shouldn't talk about it.
Brandon's
I just want to say
snoring.
thank you, Ganya. Like you really, like I really appreciate that. Like
I
you
just-
gave it a
Or is it
moment.
Ganaya?
It's
Is it Ganaya
Ganya.
or
It's
Ganya?
it's
Okay.
Ganya.
I
It's
want to
Ganya.
say at the beginning when you guys kept saying, "Oh, this segment, skip it." I was like, "Why?" It's actually interesting. Like,
Thank you.
know,
I
It's a horrible
appreciate that.
segment.
it's great. I love
Listen,
it. I learned
I
to
enjoy
love
the
it.
irritation.
Anything that
Anyways,
comes from me
what was
is
the question?
unappreciated. Like wow.
Anyways.
All right, what's your question?
What's the strangest compliment you've received? Example, that's an ugly shirt, but it looks nice on you.
Oh, I have one.
What is it?
Okay, sometimes people do like backhanded compliments, especially girls. So this reminds me of like a pageant thingy that I did, and like everyone's like really nice, but like has backhanded compliments. So this girl was like, "Oh my god, like you're really skinny in person." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Damn.
So she
Yeah.
looked at my
In
pictures.
person?
Yeah, Wait, what, Emma? What is that supposed to mean?
No, I'm saying like she said in person. That's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are you,
So,
what are you
so
doing?
I was like, "Oh, well."
I'm just saying himself.
So I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, what am I supposed to be?
Yeah.
Like, do I look
Right.
different? Okay." But it was just like a really confusing thing because I was like, "What do you mean?" But all
I
right.
understand. Yeah.
Like
no.
she was trying to make me feel good, but it's like, what do you? Okay, it
Yeah.
was just awkward.
right.
Yeah.
One time I typically try to look cute just wherever I go, but one day I just wasn't feeling it, didn't wear any makeup, nothing, and I was on campus and this one dude comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, I see you're trying out that no makeup thing. Like that's cool." I was like, "Boy, like you do not literally." And everybody around me just burst out into laughter. Like, "We know what you're trying to say."
how did he say it though? Like, was he like
Ignorant about it.
like the tone? You know,
Like he was a clueless person in this situation. He was just like, "Oh, I see you're trying the whole no makeup thing." Like, no, you could tell I was tired and I just didn't put in the effort today.
Have you guys ever received any strange compliments?
I can't think of any off the top.
I
of
feel
my
like
head.
every compliment I receive is strange. I don't know how to take it. I don't know what to do with it. I'm just like, all
Oh,
right.
you're one of those people that like
Yeah.
takes. It's like weirded out by a compliment.
People. I think a weird compliment is eyebrows. People tell me sometimes that it's like, your eyebrows are thick, and I don't know if that's a
Same.
I
So
don't know if
not
that's a
even like
compliment.
nice.
Yeah, same.
Just thick.
and
Yeah, thick.
and it's just like, okay, what do you want me to do with that? Okay. She also says, how was it explaining to your parents what career you wanted to pursue?
It's still annoying, but it's all good. But-
I think
I don't say.
I'm gonna say, well, you're a music producer. What do you usually tell your parents in the midst of going to college and doing this on the side? And like, what do your parents say when you come to trips with us and stuff? What do they think of all that?
I have no clue, honestly.
You just tell them like,
I try
hey,
to avoid the conversation.
But what do you tell them? Like, obviously you're not going to be there for 2 days. Like,
Well, my mom's in love with you, so anytime I mention your name, oh, okay, that's fine.
Do they know like what's their opinion of you making music?
yeah,
Do they
what do
like
they think
it?
about
Support it?
I don't really play them my music.
But
Okay, so they might be
they
like
know what you're
silent
doing,
supporters.
So like, what
Yeah.
do they like? They're like keep doing, or they're like, oh, like you
just
should
like,
focus on
it's just
this.
a cool thing that he does. And that's,
Yeah.
Nice.
Emmett, how did you get to being whatever you are?
So I chose the typical
Dr. Emma.
The PR
Yes.
department.
No,
Best advice.
it's something that like I didn't want to do it from the beginning. Obviously, they're
Which
gonna
is what?
like doctor or like that field, the medicine in general.
Yeah.
But like I did a lot of shadowing for like engineering and other things as well. But that's something I really like because it's like a good way that you can help people. And that was my main thing. And I told my parents as well, like,
So
if
you're
there's
different
another
because you
career-
actually are passionate about that field, but most
Yeah, I'm
I
not-
think
so-
people are kind of forced into fields like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't that I wasn't forced. Like obviously they wanted me to do that, but it was more of like I told them like ahead of time, like if I don't like that field going on, if I can find a better way to help people, I'm gonna switch to that. And that's
Okay.
what I told them. And because I told them it's not my goal to be a doctor, it's my goal to help people. So if I can find a better
Snaps.
way to do that, then I'll go that way. And they were completely fine with it. They're like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
True.
Nice.
I will add one quick thing. My dad always is like giving me pointers, like put some West Indian stuff in that.
Hey.
Oh, so he like
Yeah.
he has opinion
nice.
on what type of
Yeah,
music
yeah.
and stuff.
That's nice.
Cool. All right, you want to do the next question?
Yes,
Amber?
yes. Okay, so this came from Simra. She said, I'm obsessed with you and the whole Rono Pono squad. Thanks.
Thank you.
Rono ponies.
Yes.
I have a question for you guys to answer. What is the relevance of the dance move that you have in almost every parody, where you hold your kameez or whatever you're wearing and move it up and down in a
Iconic.
rhythm?
What's this person's name?
This person's name is Simra.
Simra.
She's an OG.
Simra. That dance, if you look through all of our videos, is always there.
Yeah.
That is
The Rono
Rono
Pono
dance.
That is a
Yeah,
Rono
that
Pono
is-
dance.
that
That
like
is what it
literally
is.
when that word came out of one of our friends' mouth, he was doing that dance.
Yeah.
When the channel was invented.
Well, he was poning.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
He was like poning, like it was a double term. It means like trolling, and then also like to pwn people, like to show them like some skin. Like that's what it was,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what it
like,
was.
pull up your pants and like, you got pwned.
You got
Guys, this
pwned.
is
You got
actually a mental disorder in the DSM. Just side note.
What?
What?
Exhibitionism, like showing your like skin to people in public.
All right.
Okay, that's not-
too
we
deep,
didn't wanna
too
show
deep,
the
too deep,
skin,
too
but-
I was
deep,
just
too deep.
thinking, like, what the heck?
Listen,
Okay.
It's kind of
Miss
weird.
Psychologist over here.
I haven't heard the word pone since my Modern Warfare 2 days.
Wait, you
It's-
know
it's
the
a
word?
Yeah.
That's an actual
That's where
word?
it started. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
Oh.
actually, it was around
but
that
it
time.
was
in
supposed to be
middle
like a whole
school.
troll channel, and then we were like, all right, let's do this dance with it, where we like actually like. So you know that thing where like people hold a like that. What's this called? Like it's that OK symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Where you
the,
like
the circle with like the
yeah,
3 fingers
and
up.
then you show somebody, and then it's like you
They're
got
like,
them right.
Oh, that's like our.
So that was
version
our version of that poning
pwn,
thing.
Yeah.
Like okay, like I showed you my legs, like you got pwned, but the whole Rono Pono thing, it's a dance. Like it's gonna continue to happen.
So they were doing
I'm glad
the
you
dance.
noticed though.
They're doing
Yeah.
the person who and then while they're doing the dance, they're like Rono Pono, Rono
Rono
Pono.
Pono, yeah,
So
exactly.
that answers 2 questions. So people ask where Rono Pono comes from, one, and it tells you what that dance is.
There's so many like there's so much to it, but we just kind of simplify and make up a new answer every time.
Right.
Like if somebody asks me like, "Yo, what is Rono Pono?" I'm like,
Rawalpindi.
you know, like when you put like a Pop-Tart in the toaster and then like you have a little bit of that burnt part like left in the toaster and you shake the toaster out. That's what a Rono Pono is.
What?
I'll make up some random thing
You've
like
said that before?
I've said that
What?
before, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, like, all right, like won't ask that again."
I mean,
And then- It's
Why,
just like
why
they
would
leave
you
you
not
alone.
just say
That's
what
a
we just
turn
said?
off.
That's like 30 seconds.
Because it's just because it's funny to make up a new answer every single time.
Acha.
And then they're like, they tell their friend like, "Oh yeah, you know what it means," and they tell him that, and then the other friend is like, "Oh, he told me it was like a deflated soccer ball or something," and then it's just like keeps going, and then nobody ever knows what it is.
Perfect. Well, if
Troll
you're listening to
for
this
us.
episode, then you really know.
He's Ronald Poneling everyone. When
All
they're
right, so
asking.
Emma then Tokyotav are going to take it away, starting from the bottom of all the questions, the rest of the questions that you guys asked. So,
Take it away, boys.
all right, so I guess just one at a time.
All right, so Farah
Oh,
Razad.
no.
This should be fun.
Oh,
Seeing
jeez.
Brandon pronounce these names.
What's the best way / equipment / platform to start a podcast?
So I'm guessing your name is Farah.
Yeah.
Farah, the answer is find you a friend who has some equipment, as everybody sitting here has done.
Yes, I just
Mm-hmm.
come next door. I'm like, Frost, where's the equipment? Bring it out. We're starting right now.
Yeah.
No, you know, the first thing is you have to have something to talk about, and if you like discussing trending topics, if you like discussing sports, celebrity stuff, society, whatever it may be, with your own sort of twist on it, with your own cultural background or whatever it may be, that's where you should take the direction of your podcast. And then the equipment stuff is easy. Like, just save up some money, buy the stuff, and get it done. You can even do it on your phone. There's apps that
Yeah.
allow you to do it and upload it on your phone. Just
You
make sure
can-
you have
yeah.
something to talk about.
Yeah, you can either upload stuff literally from your phone, record it. There's like an app called Anchor and stuff. They should sponsor us. And then there's like kits that you can buy online if
I
you
see-
want to go a little bit more professional.
I see too many people, especially on YouTube, that are like, oh, everyone's doing a podcast now. We should do a podcast. And that's just like, that's a horrible way to look at it. I mean, it might work out because you're interesting enough that people will like you on a different platform. But I think, for example, with us, like Amber introduced me to podcasts.
We both genuinely enjoyed podcasts when
Yeah.
we started podcasting.
Yeah, and it gives us a place where we can talk about a lot of things, including some of the, you know, darker questions or deeper questions that you guys ask us, and, you know, from our our background and everything, it's actually means a lot to people that we don't sometimes recognize, but it's dope having that sort of platform. So yeah, find yourself a nice subject and go after it. The money will come.
So next question is from Isaac Sakib. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isaac, mercy to mankind. Shout out.
Hey, shout
Bow,
out.
bow.
He said you guys rock hard. He didn't say hard, but he said rock. He said, what's the process you guys go through to find who you want to interview?
I think that like we find people who
There's a recruitment team.
It actually starts with, hey, have you like seen this person? Oh, this person's really cool. And they'll be like, you know what? We should maybe reach them out for the podcast. I don't think we're ever like super like searching like, oh, we need to fill in a spot.
Yeah, no, I think, again, the theme of our podcast, the reason that we started this thing, was called Strange Flavors. And it was to highlight the strange things that we all have about each other. And being able to have a conversation in one room and, question the things that we wonder about each other and bring that out. So as soon as I see somebody that is like, wait, this doesn't make sense to me, or like, I wonder what that person is like, I'm like, we should have them on our podcast and we should question those things and ask the questions that other people might be wondering.
Right.
So, yeah.
The thing I just want to say that with your podcast compared to others is like, most of them have like a general theme, right? Like science or music or whatever. You guys have like encompass of everything. It's like not just one subject. It's okay, like this person's like doing a cool thing here.
Multi-talented.
Let's get
Just
them.
kidding.
Or this is cool. So like it's a like what you guys have, strange flavors, a flavor, like different flavors.
It's collaborative.
It's like really nice. Like every week you don't know what you're gonna get, which is cool.
Thank you, Ahmed Saab.
Wow. Thank you, Banga.
Next question comes from Fiza Jelani.
Oh, that was pretty good, Brandon.
Yeah.
Is it Fiza or Fiza?
It's probably
Maybe Fiza
Fiza.
Bajilani. Or
She-
Gilani. I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's fine.
She says, how does Amber get her hair to look that good and curly?
Oh,
Question
honey.
applies to Frosty and his hair too.
Well, yeah, you guys have really good hair in the group. Everyone does. But
So I apply water, and then I usually let it dry on most days, and then days that I really want to spruce it up, I will sometimes put hair serum in it or spray some stuff, but most of the time it's just water, and sometimes you can scrunch it up a little bit.
have you always embraced your curls, Amber?
No, absolutely not. Like,
And now you are.
yeah, like I used to straighten my hair every single day in high school, middle school, all
That
that
like
stuff.
pin straight ugly.
Like pin straight. It wasn't even cute. Like I don't know what I was doing. Like I should have let my curls live. And like there's so many girls now that I'll see them like trying to like push down their curls, and that was my biggest thing. I kept pushing down my curls and trying to straighten them out, and I was like, you know what? Let me let them live. Let them have a life of their own.
Freedom.
Yes.
Seems like it's more just like you managing it, like how you manage the hair. Frosty, how do you do your hair?
I don't do anything to my hair. It's all about having the right genes, and I have my mom's genes.
Oh, please.
So if you want nice hair, if you want your kids to have nice hair, marry a good-looking person that has
Wait, Baba has
nice
no hair.
My dad has no hair.
But he used to have long hair in that
That's
picture
why I
right
wear
there.
mom jeans, not dad jeans. Like get with somebody who has nice hair and
Stop.
get yourself a baby.
This is literally.
This is
No,
not the type
for
of-
you,
pregnant,
it's how
baby.
you tie your hair.
No, we're
It's
not
literally how
condoning
you
this.
tie
This
it.
is
It's
bad
how
This
you
is
PR.
tie
a
it.
pregnancy promotion.
Oh
Yes.
my
This is
God.
bad PR. We're canceling the podcast.
Tear the off.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
Brandon.
gosh,
Too
stop.
far.
Brandon, okay,
Too
this is
far.
bad PR. We're ending right now. Restart.
Okay, next question. Thank you.
Okay.
You have to mark this as explicit now.
Zainab Raja says Karachi biryani or Lahore nahari.
Karachi biryani or Lahore nihari.
What is Karachi biryani?
Brandon, what do you think?
It's like that nice spicy.
me see.
Like
Okay, how
Wait,
about you just make
wait,
it simple,
hold on.
biryani or nahari?
I like
Nihari is
Karachi.
a Karachi thing, isn't it?
I like
I
Karachi.
think it's a Lahori thing.
No,
You like
like
Karachi?
Lahore
Sounds
has-
good.
Like food street type thing.
Brandon said,
I
I like
don't-
Karachi. It sounds good. He thinks Karachi is the food.
No,
Karachi is a
Oh,
place.
man.
Lahore is a place. Nihari is a food. And biryani is a food.
Okay, biryani is like the spicy rice.
Biryani is spicy rice.
Nahari
And
is
also
Nihari is a beef
curry.
stew.
Yeah.
or like
but you
beef
can't
curry
compare
type.
the
yeah.
two. They're like two
Yeah.
very different dishes.
I think they're saying like which one would you prefer if you had both in front of you.
Okay.
Can we just
biryani.
simplify it, biryani to
I'm
nahari?
gonna say
Biryani.
whatever's made in Lahore.
Wow.
I was gonna say the
Bada
nahari as
boom.
well.
Cause I'm Punjabi.
Ew.
Okay. All right. Anyways.
That hurt my
I need you to
ears.
expand this for me because I don't know. I'm clicking on it.
What happened?
The
Which
one,
one?
the one next to the last question on the right. Expand it because
Oh, you just click share and you can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Here we go.
Oh, we learn something every day, kids.
Just read most of it. and then figure
What?
out what the rest might say.
Just read it.
No, this is the last question.
Boy,
Scroll.
chicken
Oh, wait.
nuggets. Do you guys like them?
All right. First of all, this is from Zain Raja.
Zainab Raja. I just said the name.
Zainab
Oh,
Raja.
this is the second question that she's
Okay.
asking or something?
She said, "Would you rather get away with things but have constant guilt and paranoia, or get caught every time?"
Just
So
don't.
would you rather get away
Would
with
you
things
rather get away
and
with
have the
things
guilt?
but have constant guilt?
I
and
think you should just have
paranoia, or
like
get
clear
caught every time?
conscience. Like just come out with it. Just don't live with either or, because I'm not answering this.
Why are you doing things like that to begin with?
I know. I like.
Just be.
No,
good.
I
Yeah,
think
if you're,
either-
if, you're
either
getting
let
away,
it-
if you're getting away with it every
That's
time, then you're not
something's
gonna
wrong.
have. If I know that I'm gonna get away with something every single time,
Yeah.
how am I gonna get?
If I'm gonna
Paranoid.
rob a bank, I'm gonna get rich.
No,
I'm not
but
gonna be
no, but
like,
you
"Oh
might
my
feel
God, I robbed a
guilt.
bank."
You might feel guilt.
no,
is
but
what she's
over
saying.
time,
No,
if
but
you do
she
the
said-
same thing.
But you know that you're getting away with it. How are you gonna feel guilt? Or
Because
I guess
you're
you're gonna feel guilt, but
from
not.
actually doing it.
Uh huh.
But then
Yeah, no, just don't do it.
yeah,
She
just
must be doing bad things.
Zainab, I have a separate set of advice for you. We're not going to answer this question. How
We
about
already
you just
did. I agree. If you're not gonna get caught, like that's on your own moral compass. Like
Yeah.
do things that have nothing to do with people knowing or not knowing. Do it for yourself and in your soul.
but that's not
I'm
that's not a
into-
thing though. You know, you're not gonna ever encounter a situation where you're like you're not gonna get caught. So go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
Oh, there was something interesting related to this. I saw on Instagram, I think it was. There was like a truck, and the back of it was broken, and there was like $17 million of just cash in the back of it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
The
this,
thing with the son?
the dad and or the parent and kid come across it, and the driver is dead. What do you do in that situation? The question was, what lesson do you teach your kid? So now there's $17 million in a truck with no driver, and nobody is watching. What
Right.
do you do?
You don't touch it.
No, but what do
You
you
help
do?
the
Though?
You call-
driver.
You call 911.
You help the driver.
The
He's dead.
driver's dead.
Yeah. You
No,
call
I thought it was
911.
No, he's dead.
heart,
He's dead. He's dead.
Heart attack or dead.
Emma, he's dead. Okay.
He's looking so
Heart
into
attack,
it.
overdose?
You call 911 and
Yeah.
you let them know what's happening.
Yeah,
But do you
return
like
the money.
do you put a few stacks?
No.
In the
you
car.
don't.
No.
Dude, you don't know.
touch
It's
it.
that's a test, right?
Yeah.
No, not even that. Not even it being
Imagine
a
if
test.
that's a test
Life
from
is
God,
a
like
test.
to see like what kind of person this is. You know, like if you were meant to have that money, like
Would you ask the police like, "Yo, can I?" keep
No.
No, yeah, literally.
You're gonna let it go?
Return
Yeah.
it. Leave it. It's not meant for you. Leave
Brandon's,
it.
Brandon's like,
Brandon's like,
Brandon, what's your
he's
answer?
like, I'll move the driver in
You
my
know
car,
what?
and then I'll take
No,
the
I'm
truck.
thinking of there's a movie. It's in the Wild West. It's like Old Men or something. And it's
trash.
like no, it's like good.
Country for Old Men.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men. It's like the exact same.
And what do they do in
Scenario?
it?
And the guy gets killed because he's chasing. He took money that's not his, and he's like trying to evade this
$17 million
guy.
in a truck
And
is
he
not
gets
to be
murked.
trusted.
He gets
Yeah.
murked.
That just
It sounds fishy. I would
If you're
just
gonna take
walk
anything,
away.
take $1 and then just.
Nah.
No, why would you take the $1? Just leave it alone. It's not your money.
I would probably take about.
Faiza,
like
Faiza, be
8
careful out there.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
We're watching you.
No, God's watching.
okay, so the next person asked 4 questions.
Dang.
So actually 2 of them are questions.
Just
the one
go
that
What's her
says,
name? What's her name?
Masama
Massimo
Murad. I think that's
Murad.
Murad. Is that
It sounds like you know this person.
No,
what's
I'm
going
just
on?
I'm just pronouncing them.
So she said,
Brown ways.
not a question, but I just want to say you guys are talented AF, and your friend group is goals. So thank you,
Aw.
thank you.
Aw.
Alhamdulillah.
My friendship is
Alhamdulillah.
goals. Alhamdulillah.
She
we also
said,
get stuck in parking garages together.
Alhamdulillah.
Hey,
What does that mean?
Aw, Brandon.
You know that song by A$AP Ferg? He goes,
Ride with the mob. Alhamdulillah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
well, it
That's
means
us.
it means like glory be to God.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a thank you to God.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. He just said Ahmedabad city. But okay.
next
Cute.
question from her: are you guys accepting new members for Brown Code Season 3?
Ooh, very good question.
That's top secret information. Be on
But
the lookout.
be on the lookout.
Yeah.
We making moves with that, possibly not.
Maybe.
Applications are now open.
Stay subscribed to Ronald Pony.
Slide
Applications are now open, but
Slide
there's no
in
application.
Ahmed's DMs. No, applications are now
Whoa.
open. Slide in Ahmed's DMs.
I will have to private everything now. Thanks. Next one is: are you guys coming to Chicago anytime soon?
Chai down.
Bring us out there.
Chai down.
Yeah, we've been to Chicago. For like.
Amber, have you ever been to Chicago?
I have not.
Me either.
Oh, you
Girls
guys
trip?
No, remember they went on a trip. The boys went on a trip, and me and Neha went on a trip. They went to Chicago.
Cancun.
They were cold. Me and Neha went to Cancun, and we were warm and cozy
That
and
was
had a
the
great
worst.
time. It was
Worst
your
I
worst
ever
trip, and it was
had.
our best
But
trip.
we need to go to Chicago next.
Yeah.
I think
wanna
Ronald
eat their
Polo
basic
is they
In
have
the
a meeting
summertime.
with Chief Keef.
What?
What?
Is he in Chicago?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
bad.
Nice.
Actually, no, he's actually banned from his own state, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Why?
What did he do?
If
You
he
said
went
you're
back,
sick.
it would cause too much ruckus. Like, when he had that hologram concert that was in Chicago, and they were going crazy, and they shut it down. And it was a hologram.
So what if he just doesn't
That's
have a?
wild.
He's, like, banned from the state, so, like, he just lives in California.
That's goals. Get banned from the
Last question: favorite song on Icarus Falls? You guys know what that is?
What is it? Is that Zayn's album?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say none.
None.
I don't have one
It's
song that I go
whack.
back and listen to.
I haven't listened to the
I
album, so.
I listened to the album at least 3 times, and I'm like, man, this is not good. And
Not really sure what he's doing or saying. It's
I
just
think
kinda
the main
confusing.
concern is the production. On his last album, what was it called? Mind of Mine? Is
I
that
don't
what it's?
know.
I don't know.
Something like that. Like the production was at least good, and Zayn is a very talented person, so it's not about that at all. And we love,
He can sing.
supporting him. He's a good-looking dude, and we want him to win, of course. But this was not it, Chief.
Does he, like, rep Pakistan? Yeah.
Yeah, like he does a little bit.
People want him to, but.
And you guys talked about this on the podcast
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the
we
Islam
talked.
thing, but
And
that's his choice.
It's his choice, but he does like do I think enough. But I think more so it's for us.
And he sings in the language sometimes, so that's like
Yeah.
cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Is he-
he has some Urdu songs.
Is he half?
He's half, yeah.
He did the Allah Dakai song.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Icarus Falls, I didn't like it.
Flop. Bad PR move.
So production should be better.
So next question comes from Clothing Beauty Travel Blog.
Okay.
Why did you guys start Strange Flavors in the first place? / what motivated you?
Do you remember? Do
Oh,
you remember,
yeah, you're an
Brandon, you
OG,
were there
Brandon.
and,
Brendan
like,
was one of the original co-hosts.
Yeah.
Oh, why we started it?
yeah,
All the
and like
pressure.
what the whole beginning.
Well, it wasn't really it was FARAS. He said, I want to, like, meet new people and...
No, but why were you on board with it? Like,
Oh.
what was the idea you were behind?
He's like, crap, I forgot. Did I remember? The test?
Oh man.
And I mean, you stuck around for like,
In the
until-
beginning, because I remember we did the practice and Prof was like, actually, you were pretty good. And I was like, oh, God. Now I'm in this thing.
Oh no.
but then as it went on, I got more comfortable, and I was just like, it's actually pretty cool.
And
then,
you're
like,
still here.
yeah. In the beginning, I really studied too. Like, I would like write down
You
questions.
would, yeah.
And like, not to like pack on them, but like,
Danny and Rashard.
Danny and
were our-
Rashard would
co-hosts.
like, they'd be like, oh, we didn't write anything. I'm like, man, I'm over here like acting like it's a study guide, like studying for the
No,
test.
you'd be well prepared for it.
Yeah, but then I mean, as I went along, I kind of went with their route, and I just went with the flow. And,
Yeah.
But
What do you
I enjoyed
like-
it. I liked meeting the different people,
Yeah.
and I was like, at the time, I was like, how are you even finding all these people with like
Mm.
unique?
Did it open your mind a lot, Brandon?
It did. It also helped with like just speaking to like strangers a little bit because
Yeah.
I'm an introvert. Unless I get to know you,
Yeah.
then because you guys see my wild side and stuff.
Brandon, I never knew you before, but you're not very introvert to me. Like, I'm being honest. Like,
You're not very
Yeah.
introvert to me. You're
Well,
not
like,
very
introverted, like,
Another
you know?
thing
He is
is,
fluent in uncle.
whenever I'm around you, I'm around Faraz, and I've known Faraz for like 3 years now. So like he kind of brings out my
Wow,
so you're like
sad.
comfortable that he's there.
yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much, let's get a room, and no one will be
What
there.
is time?
Because even he said, "Oh, I thought Brandon was like just silent, weird kid in the back."
I never said weird.
Well, not weird. I'm exaggerating. Just go. With
I
the
said
flow.
smart. I knew you were smart.
I don't know
and that's
why.
what it takes.
I never
So,
said
for us,
anything. in
when
that
did you
class.
first think of Strange Flavors? Like, when did it come to
Yeah.
you?
I mean, I'm similar to Brandon. What I told you was that we're similar in a lot of ways. When I first met you, because we were in the same class, and I am actually like very introverted. I run into strange people all the time, and I'm just naturally very curious about other people, the way they live their lives, and I would always just kind of like observe more than I would like ask. And this platform has allowed me to just have somebody here and be able to ask them whatever I want honestly. And I love, you know, the questions that, you know, for example, Charlemagne the God asked on the Breakfast Club, which really just like makes the show. And it's just like he's being honest and he's asking questions that make him wonder. And so many people are like, yeah, I was wondering the same thing, because it's boring to, if we were just to bring on people and be like, oh yeah, like tell us about yourself, and then it's just them giving kind of like the highlights of whatever they want, and without being questioned. You know, why do you do this? Why are you living your life this way as opposed to this way? And people find this troubling, you know, whatever it may be, so that they can think for themselves, and we can, and the audience can decide, like, you know what, I actually agree or disagree with this, and I don't live my life this way, but I can respect the reason that this person might live their life like this.
And I think the bottom line for you guys that I really appreciate is, like, you say that everyone is a stranger until they're not. Like, we're all pretty similar, and for all of this, it's like, what, like, listening to somebody, understanding their story builds greater empathy, greater compassion for you to, like, be able to, like, love one another. And that's what I really love about the podcast.
I like the word empathy, because I feel like empathy is a superpower.
Yeah.
If you have empathy, it's important for yourself too, because you could be in such bad situations. You could be, you know, missing limbs. You could be in a financial crisis. You could be so many things, but instead when you have empathy, you could be grateful. And that's
and you can say the words like, I see where you're coming from. Like, that alone to me is awesome, because it's like, you don't have to agree with it, but you can see where someone's coming from,
sympathy.
just being
That's
able to.
sympathy.
But if you're able to put yourself in somebody's shoes to physically understand where they're coming from, to understand their
But
opinions.
Isn't empathy like you can't put yourself in their shoes?
No,
but you
empathy
can understand.
that's sympathy. Empathy is you
Yeah,
go that
understand.
extra mile.
Like, you can feel it
Yeah.
for that person. Like, you
Right.
feel the same thing they're feeling.
Right.
Sympathy is like, I feel sorry for you.
Right.
Empathy is like, let me go in this person's shoes and see how they see the world.
Okay, I thought it was
It's a deeper understanding. I have a great video on it. I'll send it to you.
Owned.
Oh. Okay.
Educated.
Next question by Itsuhaniat Soha. So ask 3 questions. First, is Dower single?
Oh.
Dower, are you single?
We don't talk about these things. Continue.
Okay, next question.
salute.
Did
Don't
not
talk about
Don't,
these.
I did
don't
not
ask about
know.
my little brother.
He's
I'm just
salute.
kidding.
Were you talking for him? Okay, what's good next?
We're all salutes.
Did the chicken come first or the egg?
Oh my god.
The chicken had to have the egg so that they could make the egg.
You're saying it as if it's a fact.
I think the cell came first. And
She's
then
also around
multiple
flat
cells
earther.
divided.
So like,
And then
Amber's
the
a flat
one
earther.
egg
She has no
came.
opinion.
If there's
think
any flat earthers out there,
that's the
holler at
question.
me.
Okay,
I'm trying to find a soulmate.
Amber, I see where you're coming from.
Next question.
Wait, hold on. Let me think about this for a second. I wanna like chicken or the
Yeah,
egg.
It kind of blew my mind just that.
So
I don't really care. Like, I
You
hate
know,
when
let me
people get
explain
into
this to
this.
No.
Let me explain this to you.
We had
Neither
this
came first.
conversation the other day.
For the chicken
I'm
or
with
the egg to
facts.
come first, a cell had to come first.
Okay, but
You
then
can't
what?
just have an egg or chicken. The
Okay.
cell comes, divides, and then
Yeah, but who made the
depending
cell?
on the mutation,
Did it make into an
we
egg
can't
or did
tell.
it make
We
into
can't
a
tell.
chicken?
Depending on the mutation, you don't know
Uh-huh.
if the egg came first or the chicken.
Okay,
If the egg
I'm
came
gonna say-
first, it's gonna hatch only if it's in the right
so
conditions.
it's gonna hatch.
But if the chicken came
So it's
first,
an
it
egg?
can lay an egg,
Right.
and then see what I'm saying.
So then it hatched.
So you don't know.
No,
I'm a-
because
Which Bob came first?
I think that I'm gonna say
Left or the right?
I'm gonna say chicken.
yeah,
Yeah, realistically, probably the chicken.
yeah.
Don't give me a whole
Literally.
formula for sell this and that, and then say realistically the chicken. You know how long it took me to figure that out? A second.
Literally.
And you had to come up with a whole theory
I was
and say
just giving
realistically
the
chicken.
audience the whole.
I appreciate it,
analysis.
Emma.
Good job.
Yes, Brandon.
That's the bio
I'm
right
facts.
there.
One last question from this person. When are you planning on chopping off your hair for us?
Oh my god, please.
Uh-oh.
I know
Oh.
what he's gonna say. My wedding, and I'm so pissed about that because I do not want that.
It could be
Are
at
you
any
serious?
Yeah, he literally is like, I'm gonna do it for your wedding.
Why
I was
you
like,
doing
why?
No.
It looks
be at
good.
any time.
Frost is nobody without his hair. Let me just say that. Like,
Oh,
you're just a
man.
basic
Oh
brown.
my
You literally-
God.
Frost.
A
A
nobody.
lot of your
Nobody.
A nobody.
Okay, actually,
persona is your hair.
because you said that, I'm definitely gonna chop it off.
Oh my
Because-
God.
Why? Why would you do
He's
that?
gonna be like, I need
because
to
if the hair
rediscover myself.
If the hair makes me then I need to lose the hair.
That's stupid.
So it can
Yeah.
break
I
you,
don't
and
wanna
then
be.
you can.
I don't want to be.
I think it
I don't wanna be
helps.
So you just want
That's
ugly?
actually what Justin Bieber did.
I think
And
it
now
helps
look at
make
him,
your
ugly,
image.
unforgettable,
Successful.
sexy, and he definitely does. What's the song?
Wait,
Most
He
million.
didn't bring
most
sexy
followers.
back. He just left it.
That wasn't Justin Bieber. That was Justin Timberlake. I'm so done.
Oh, Justin Bieber. Oh, ew, he has a stash now. Like he's so ugly.
But he has Haley Baldwin Bieber.
Okay, so Selena Gomez
Haley
for life.
Baldwin
I
is
know,
nothing
literally.
compared to
Oh.
Selena.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen, Frost, please don't
He's
cut your
so,
hair.
like-
Continue.
I'm
Next
definitely chopping
question
it off.
comes from Liz, not Lizard.
Okay.
Is that real name? Liz, not Lizard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like Liz, like at least her name's not Lizard.
No.
That's something he would say.
It's
It's just the way he said it.
Liz, not Lizard. And with 2 A's, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
If you could be any other ethnicity, what would you each be and why?
Ooh.
I think this is a little.
Gala!
I don't.
Oh my god.
No, in all honesty, if I had to be another race, because I always say this, I would definitely be Asian.
Like what
What?
kind of Asian?
Oh,
I
Mr.
see that
Tokyo
Tokyo
Tab.
Tab.
Yeah, and not because of that, but Tokyo Drift did have a big influence on like those people freaking sick.
So
And
like East Asian.
I don't
So
know.
not us.
Like
The other
Chinese,
type.
Japanese.
Yeah. Like probably Japanese. Because
Okay.
one, I like sushi. 2, I want to bring my dad to Tokyo to eat sushi.
You can do that without being.
Okay, let him go.
Keep going.
It's just it's talking about my influence of
Uh-huh.
Did you
Tokyo.
see the stank
3,
look?
Tokyo Drift. 2, 4, their hair. I love their hair. Spiky. You could do anything with it. They have the coolest hair. But black people, we got the best. Just saying, I'm very biased. Sorry. 5. What was I gonna say? Oh, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee.
Dang.
Oh.
And that's why.
I mean, I don't really feel comfortable answering this.
So
I
I agree with you. I would say like I would never want to change, but for the sake of the question, if you had to choose, I would also choose what he chose. Only because like Japan and China, the area is just so amazing. Like so
Guys, you can
technologically
go there. You can
advanced.
still eat
But
sushi.
But I'm just saying,
Really?
like,
Why would you want to be
those-
that?
We're answering the question.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like that society, they made it like that. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
no.
Like all that technology, the way that they live,
Okay.
they made it like that. So
Why? Why can't you just go? I wish you were
okay,
I'm
that's
sorry,
enough.
sorry.
I'm just getting roasted. I don't want to.
I
finish
really
this
like
now.
mixed races.
You'd
So
want to
you
be a
want to be
mix.
that?
I don't know if I want to be that, but I find them very attractive, like physically.
Mm.
Like Blasians. What are the other terms? But like they have like very nice features. Like I find them
Jamaicastani.
very like cool, like hair mixed
Whoa.
with cool, like weird eyes and like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's really cool.
I
Like
think-
anything mixed is just cool to see. Like
You know what I'd be?
people
I'd be
come out.
Russian, so I could wrestle some bears and smash your boy.
I'm so
Hack into the
done.
U.S. voting
No,
system.
actually, Russians are like very strong people.
Yeah.
Like physically, and they can
Beep.
withstand like a very cold climate. That'd be also
Fight
They have
bears.
good genetics for like muscle building and just overall broad body.
yeah.
If I could be any different race and I could just like choose to be
She would
anything,
be like a
I would-
cat.
I would be a chicken nugget.
Why did I know she was going to say
Next
something like
question.
that?
Okay.
Because
I would eat
Next
you.
question.
I would eat you,
um,
Amber.
I would love
By
for you to eat me.
I'd poop you out.
XO___ me.
It's an honor.
Are you guys Pakistani? The question is
Brandon's
yes.
the only Pakistani here.
True. I know everything.
Oh no.
What's your favorite Pakistani word? Or the word? Ready? Go.
Punjabi.
No.
No,
That's
it's
not a-
Gala.
that's not
No,
Oh, man.
you say
Word.
gala
Oh, man.
all the time.
That's not
Gala.
a word.
The way you say
It's
it,
a
It is a
though.
word. It is a word.
He's
It
like
is a word.
Okay, yeah.
he says Gala like Wakanda.
Gala.
Gala forever.
Gala forever. Talking Gala.
No.
This is from Sane_BO4. What is your ultimate goal in life?
Jeez.
We answered this before.
Deep questions.
That's really deep.
All right. I guess that's like what you want to be remembered by when you die, right? No, wait.
Not necessarily.
No, it's not. That's
Yeah.
not.
I mean, it could be your
Neha,
purpose.
what about
It's
you?
kind of like what you want to be in life.
Okay, for me, I
Sounds
think,
good.
and I feel like this question can evolve, like as you get older and stuff. But for me, right now, like the world is definitely temporary. Here is a place for you to gain as much education as possible for the afterlife. So whether that is gaining whatever is attained to you, helping people, everyone has different purposes in life. For me, that is to serve people, and I'm gaining education, knowledge, all of that, but preparing for the real, which is the afterlife, because I believe in it.
Let's all answer this question, by the way.
All right, go ahead.
I feel like
Since
it's
you
a good-
spoke.
What?
Yeah, do it.
It's to
Alright.
make bomb music.
My goal in life is to
Go to
do what I
Tokyo.
want, because eventually, I mean, I may not want to make music, so do what I want, influence people, and travel the world before it's too late. Because I mean, I feel like a lot of people, they travel the world when they're old, and traveling requires a lot of walking. You know, and like when I went to Italy, I saw all these old people, and it's so much walking. I'm like, it ruins the trip.
Let me say something about traveling.
That's my goal.
as a goal. We have people here on the show all the time that are like, I want to travel, and even like I went to New York a month ago, and I met this guy there that he was saying that he wants to graduate college already, and I was like he was talking about like he hates it. I'm like, okay, then what do you want to do? He's like, you know, I want to get a job and I want to move out, and I'm like, okay, so like you could still, you know, get that done if you want to move out. Like, what's holding you back? He's just like, you know, my parents want me to really finish school. I'm like, okay, well, like, why do you want to live on your own so bad? And he's like, independence, and I can travel. And I'm like, where do you want to travel to? And he's like, Atlanta. I'm like, my guy, you can travel to Atlanta tonight. You can go tomorrow. You can go like whenever. Why is that like such a huge goal for you? And sometimes when people say
people have different situations.
No, I know. But his situation was that he's working, he's making good money in like a financial job, but he doesn't know he hasn't done enough research or you know, understood himself enough to know that like traveling to such a simple place is not hard, and it doesn't require a lot of money to do that. And I think when people say like, oh, I want to travel, they've seen like a video or a picture of something, or like a waterfall, and they're like, oh, I want to travel when I get older.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it might be really influenced by social media and like these Instagram pages of what travel looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
For me, you could be a tourist in your own town.
Right.
You can, you know, just be here.
100%.
Go in your own town, and you know.
Like, we have
go
no
around.
idea what Baltimore is all about yet, I feel like.
When people come from outside and they go places that I've never been, I'm like, okay, I need to go. I could do that, like,
You know,
on my own time.
Emma, whenever we go to like a new place, what do people there always tell us is like, you've seen more things than we even
have.
knew were here.
Yeah.
Because we're being tourists,
Yeah.
right? And we're going out and we're setting an itinerary, and we do everything for a very like minimal amount of money. We're all like, you know, since we were in high school, you know, we all had like these waiter jobs and grocery store jobs and whatever else, and we were just using whatever money we sort of saved up to make these trips.
Yeah, I think the other thing is like when people take trips, like I want to do like the bougiest trip with like the best hotel, best everything. Like that's fine, do that. But for us, like we've always been like, okay, like this is good, but we want to, because we're not there to spend like all the time in the hotel and all the, you know, we're there to see like where, like we travel all the way here. We're to see where we are.
We're there to see things and do things.
Yeah.
And the main thing is the company you take with you. You can't take a bougie person with you if you're not a bougie person. If you're trying to spend money and stuff, like, yeah, like you're not going to be in a good situation when you're with people that are comfortable with like, okay, yeah, we could make this work. We can share things and whatever else. You're going to have a great time because your ultimate goal is to see things and do things.
But what's your ultimate goal? Wait,
You
this
just
ulti-
flirt.
Let me. Can I?
My ultimate goal. Oh, you want to answer it?
Yeah, I was gonna answer the question, but if you want to, you can.
My ultimate goal is to always like live in the moment.
That's a good one.
And I think always remember purpose. So whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, I always have to think back to like, does this equate to my values? Or am I in a situation where like none of this matters? Sometimes, especially in like the industry we're in, people make you feel like you have to be doing fancy things or live a fancy lifestyle. And for most of the case, I'm just like, that's not me. My goal is to like be able to do what I love, provide for the people I love, and give back to where I came from and the places that are suffering in that way. And giving back doesn't mean that I have to wait, you know, until I'm successful, quote unquote, to be able to do that. Giving back means that every single day I find some way to either influence somebody, help somebody physically, or go and, you know, have a conversation with somebody, because in this world that everything's moving so fast and we're putting our information out there like that, nobody's really sitting down and being like, hey, like, how are you? What are things you're going through, and how can I assist you, or just sit here and listen to you? That is also giving back in a way, and I think that people pass over these simple ways to give back every single day.
Yeah, I agree with that. I saw a thing actually. It said like the people that are closest to you will make time for you, where people that are just there to be there will just find the time in their day to like talk to you, if that makes sense. Like the people that actually care will take time out for you, where the other people are like, oh, I think I can fit this person here.
I think that's true, but I also want to argue that like when people do love you, they're not, and they know that, you know, you're doing something which like the other person does not have the,
doesn't feel like a burden with the
doesn't
people.
feel like a burden.
Right.
Like, for
like
example,
we can
there's
catch up wherever
Exactly.
in like 20 years, right where we left off.
Yeah, there's friends that I have that like I won't see them for months, maybe a year passes by, 2 years pass by, and when we catch up, it's back to normal because
There's
I
no
know that they're
expectation.
busy,
But you
I'm
s-
busy.
Right. But even though it's that long time frame, you still made time for them. You're like, hey, like this is the person.
Not like
at
I'm
that time.
bored and I have time in my day.
But it's also on the other person,
This.
like if their expectations are unreasonable, like, oh, you're not making time for me, so you must not care for me.
Right,
No, that's
right,
what I'm
right.
saying. Like that's what I agree with. Like you can wait 2-3 years. You're busy, right? Everyone has like a very busy life doing their own thing. But the fact that like 2-3 years from down the road, like you'll see someone and you'll be like, hey, like I'm free now. Like I want to make time for you.
I think
That's
if you're
what I'm saying.
busy,
different.
I think if you're busy, like that's fine. But I'm saying like if you like, for example, you know I'm busy, I know you're busy. But if you were to be like, yo, I need you, I would drop everything and come. I think that's what
Right.
that's
Okay,
about.
yeah.
Or like,
There's
you know,
different
kinds
Saad is
of-
like, yo, I need
yeah.
you to drop me off at the airport. I'm like, no, I'm being serious. I'm like, okay, like he needs somebody right now, and I can move this around, like whatever.
There's just different kinds of friendships and relationships you have in life. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and they say, like, there are some people come in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I really like that saying because, yeah, like, some people are coffee friends. You just go out with them for coffee. Others are just social friends. You go out party with them. Others are the ones that you don't try with, and they're just there forever. And those are the ones that will click. But you need a good balance of every single one of them. It makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And-
think that
go ahead.
it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about empathy. When it comes to your friends, either you can, you know, I have a lot of different people in my life who will be like, hey, like, we haven't seen each other. Like, do you not care about this friendship? Da 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 da. And it's like, you don't necessarily.
not your friends.
Yeah, that
They're
doesn't.
not your friends.
That doesn't, like, me not seeing you, not hitting you up every day, that doesn't define our friendship. It's what, when we meet up, how deep is our conversation? How, like, where's the
Quality
love?
over quantity.
The quality of our friendship, not just, okay, like, let's meet up to, like, let's get lunch to get lunch. It's like what is, like, our friendship, and that'll show just with our relationship. That doesn't need to be anything. Like, why does a friendship need to be defined by something that we're doing? It can just exist and be. I don't know.
Okay,
Dope.
yeah, I agree.
We gotta wrap this up soon. How many questions we got left?
Yeah.
Just
8.
just
Yeah.
just try to
All
get
right,
through all of them.
So this next person, now Yasmin asks, does pineapple belong on oh god, belong on pizza?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
No.
No.
Not.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely
No.
Me and
not.
Frost actually agree
No.
on this.
Jalapenos and chicken on
Okay, okay.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe to some people's taste buds, but to mine, no.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
If
No.
your
Jalapeno,
taste
pineapple
buds are
pizza.
Next
not
question,
evolved
that's a
into
no,
a
that's a
supreme
wrap.
being if
No.
you cannot handle
No.
pineapple on a
No.
pizza.
Jalapeno
Who lives in a
pineapple
pineapple
pizza
under the sea?
is bomb.
Only SpongeBob, not
Alright,
pizza.
next question.
Okay, next question. Cash95 asks, do you guys get along with your siblings?
Yeah.
I like
All
Some
the
of my best
time.
friends.
All the
Aw.
time.
But it differs for
I love my sister.
Brandon's an only child, by the way.
That was such a troll comment.
Do you wish you had siblings?
Nope. I used to.
And then what happened?
I fell in love with being spoiled.
That's a good point.
I think it's different for us because, like, Ahmed, your siblings are more closer to you in your age, and we're only a year apart. Amber, I don't know what your experience is, but for us, like, it's been super cool to kind of experience all stages of life together, and now I have a friend group that's all similar and have, like, problems, issues that are kind of similar, and your siblings are the first people that you get to learn socialization and all of that stuff with, so it was cool.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you guys.
No, I agree.
Peace
Like
out.
my sister
2019.
definitely 100%, but my younger brother, we have a huge age gap, but like he's at the point now where like we joke around and like very like he's at that age where like I can do a lot more with him, which is like very cool. So like I like this part right now. Before it was like I liked it too, but it was like I wish I could do more with him, you know, like go out to different places, eat, and do other things, you know. So,
but then
now,
do you
now I
also
can
have
do
that
it.
responsibility of like being a good role model because of that big age difference?
Yeah, definitely. But Faras doesn't help me out. You know, he's teaching Heather very bangekam sometimes. I see outside.
I'm like the cool uncle. I'm like the Uncle Jesse.
Ew.
Like that's just how it goes. I have to. If Ahmed is
know
gonna be
that bothers
strict,
you.
if Ahmed is
Just
gonna be
kidding.
strict with his brother, then I gotta be like the, yo, come here, like,
Balance it out.
Yeah.
what's up, man?
Next question. Next question comes from Cash95. How do y'all resolve issues between each other?
That's a really good question.
I've never
That
had
is
an
a
issue.
question.
Actually, I had one with Amber, but that was a miscommunication.
Oh yeah, and that was on the last podcast too.
That was just a miscommunication.
I
That wasn't the
literally-
issue.
Amber, you take this one.
Okay, so like, I think that I'm gonna be honest here. The two people who butt heads the most in this friends group is me and Faras, and I think it's. But the
Really?
thing, but I think that when we do butt
I
heads,
don't think so.
in my like
You're
opinion,
a butthead.
No, you're a butthead.
They were throwing snowballs at
You're
each
a
other
butt chin.
yesterday.
Yeah, like we have, but
See, like that's cute.
at the end of the day, like I know that the conversation that we're having is like about a topic and not about us personally. And so like when it comes to resolving
productive.
things, yeah, like and when we're like quote unquote like if we're, like fighting, we're never fighting. If we're having a disagreement, it's like about a topic and not like a personal attack on one another.
It's also a trust thing.
Yeah.
Knowing like I need to resolve this because I care about these people. I think in every friend group, it's like a giant dysfunctional family. I don't think ours is dysfunctional. I think
Yeah.
we do really well. So it's all about your intention. Like I don't want to, if there's a disagreement, which there will be, first you have to get okay with that. But then the second part is, what is the intention? Is my intention to like one up on each other and hurt each other? Or is it, do I really love this person and I trust them? And you know what? We might have a disagreement, but let's get through it.
I think that in any friendship, you should never like I've talked about this before. The idea of canceling things, like I have friends that are like, oh, we need to end friendships over this, or like we need to,
Walls.
or like
Done.
Sometimes you need-
or
sometimes
crossing
that needs to
people
happen.
off, or crossing people off altogether. I think that it should be.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes
It's
you
the
shouldn't be friends with
intention.
people.
Yeah, sometimes you
That's
need
what
to
I'm saying.
take
It's
a spot.
fine.
the
That's
intention.
fine. But that's fine. That's fine in that case. But it's you have to be able to like look at a friendship and be like, what is this friendship about? Is this bad for me? Is this good for me?
Yeah,
And-
evaluating it.
My
And-
mindset is just like, once I collect all the Infinity Stones and I snap my fingers, who's gonna say anything?
What? What is infinity?
What did you
I
just
don't
say?
even know.
Thanos.
They're like cracking up over
So
there. We went too deep on this.
All right,
No.
But
next.
I love you, Swister.
I
We're
love
good
you
friends.
I love you, Swissy.
I've lost so many friends.
My armpits are sweating.
You know,
It's hot.
if we have an issue,
Ew,
usually
don't
I
touch
just
them. They're
cut
actually
off.
wet.
Over.
Cut him off.
Cut 'em off.
All right.
Mine
What's
are
up?
like drip, 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 drip.
Next.
Next
I don't agree
question.
with that.
Rida284_ asks, how do you guys meet and what's your favorite memory
Next.
with each other? Okay.
Next. We've
How do
done
you
that
meet?
too many times.
Oh, yeah, that is too much.
Okay, we did already did that one.
We meet in the basement.
Anniegrams ask, imagine this, you're in love with someone and that person comes out to you. You guys put your feelings. That's a lot. You guys put your feelings out there.
What?
That's it.
Is that a
Yeah,
question?
No,
What's
he
the question?
didn't read it right.
No, I read exactly what's on there.
Look, no. Imagine this. You're in love with someone and that person comes to you and puts your feelings out and be supportive and everything. But after that, what do you do with all that love you have in your heart for them?
I'm still
I'm not
confused what the
getting the
question
question.
is.
This is our last question too, by the way. Okay, imagine this. You're in love
Okay, I'm in
with somebody.
love with
You're in
someone.
love.
Got it.
Ew.
And that person comes out to you. I don't know what that means. Are they
Like
gay?
comes out? Yeah.
comes out like, hey, I
With
love
their
you.
feelings?
Oh.
Like, hey, they finally tell you.
No, I
like,
think it's
I-
gay.
yeah, I
But
think
you're
it's
in love
gay.
with them too.
is that-
It says, imagine this. You're in love with someone and that person comes out to you.
Okay, how about this person? You recollect your thoughts and come back with us next
You
week.
put your feelings out and be supportive and everything, but after that, what do you do with all that love you have in your heart for them? I'm pretty sure she means like that person
comes out.
is homosexual
Right.
Okay, that's a really big assumption. Can we get clarification next time?
Yeah, I'm really
But
confused.
coming
Okay, let's
comes
do it
out,
for this.
coming
You
out.
can
That's
come
what
out with
I.
your
think I
feelings
understand
too,
the
though.
question. So they probably like it's a
Oh,
male
okay,
and
they
female,
would.
right?
I think you're
That
supposed to be recording. Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's a male and female that liked each other, and this person, whatever gender they.
Did you write this question?
No,
Keep going, keep
No,
going.
let him
Keep
go.
going.
but like, okay, it's a male and female. What was the name? I would just want to see who.
Annie
So
Grams.
that I'm assuming that's a female. So she liked a guy, but that guy came out and said he actually liked men instead.
That's what
So
I'm
would you
saying.
feel-
Okay, so let's answer that from that side.
Oh, okay.
So-
Even if this is a wrong assumption, I
But-
guess it's a good scenario to
Yeah.
answer.
I mean, I think either way, like, well, you and this guy is never. It's not gonna work out. So that doesn't mean that.
listen to
you can't-
Passenger,
you can't,
let her
like,
go,
love.
call it a day.
Like
What is
you
it
can't
called?
not be friends. You can't not still love the person. You know what I mean? But you can still be friends. It's okay.
I would just like honestly that would
wasn't
give me
meant
like
to
a
be.
like that would make me like kind of laugh like man this would happen to me like
Yeah.
this is crazy and then I would like tell people and then it is what it is and then I move on.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not simple like that.
That would
but
happen to me, bro.
I think it depends on the person. Some people get over it real quick. Some people are like,
No, but
Devastated.
like find what works for you. Write a few songs. Like talk
What?
about write your
I wish
emotions
I could
down.
write a few songs.
Write your
Why don't
emo-
just write
write
songs?
your
No, what?
emotions. Write your emotions in your journal.
Everybody's a
Talk
musician.
about your feelings. Listen to sad songs. Eat your ice cream, and then
Amber,
move on.
that does not help.
What?
Yeah,
How does
what?
I literally wait? How does
All that is sad boy stuff.
Yeah, and then you move
It does
on.
not
Do
work.
what you need to do, and then move on.
I would like for Annie to
Here's what I would say.
Clarify.
wait,
If this
hold
is
on,
what
hold
you're asking, I would say politely just respect their feelings and try to move on as best as you can. That's all you can do.
on. Okay.
But, oh, we're kind of recording.
Assalamualaikum.
There's video. There's video.
Continuing on.
The secret
Okay.
bags of things.
All right, let's just close the podcast real quick and then I'll get to you in 1 minute. All right, thank you guys for listening and sending in your questions. And if you want to send in any more, feel free to message us at any time.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is gold.
All right, it's been another week.
Another flavor.
A little less stranger.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Strange flavor problem.